The category is live, work, pose.
Set in 1987, Pose follows ballroom culture in underground New York City during the rise of the AIDS crisis. Revolving around Black and Latino, queer, and trans people, the show follows their lives as they brave the adversities of the real world. Slapped in the face with Vogue hands and high-class attitudes, you are instantly transported into the underground world of life in the ballroom. This show proves how connection with your community is the one true bond that can help anyone survive in times of adversity. Starring Billy Porter and MJ Rodriguez, Pose invites you to a world of hard times and oppression covered in glitz and glam. In the first episode, we start off by following Blanca Rodriguez, working in a nail salon by day and living in the House of Abundance by night, one of several competing houses in the underground scene. Composed of once lost of their ways gay people, the houses are run by formidable yet caring house mothers, defiantly and poignantly recreating the families that they all once lost. This episode opens by displaying the dynamic between Electra, the house mother, and her legendary children of the House of Abundance. So, there's houses, there's balls, there's a ballroom. But what goes on?
What exactly is a ball?
Balls are a gathering of people who are not welcome to gather anywhere else. A celebration of a life that the rest of the world does not deem worthy of celebration.
Where have we heard that before? So back in 1921, there was a town within Tulsa, Oklahoma called Greenwood. Greenwood, while not officially recognized, was a town within a town comprised of mostly Black people, if not wholly. This was the case because of deeply rooted segregation in not only Oklahoma, but the United States at the time. The Black people of Tulsa decided that if they were not welcome within the major city, that they would form their own economy. And that's exactly what happened. They were shoved aside to a corner to the northeast corner of the town and formed their own socioeconomic society. While not to the same scale, and by far not to the same means, we can find the same concept within ballroom culture in New York City. It's underground, comprised of mostly Black people and wholly queer people, and completely cast aside by the rest of the society at the time. Together, they survive in houses, competing to stand out in the eyes of their community, not caring what the rest of the world thinks. The balls are places where they can truly express themselves in ways the outside world would never understand. But it isn't only limited to the ballroom. Voguing has expanded into the streets, giving anyone a chance to express themselves through unique dance, even allowing fully wordless conversations. And this is what most people think of when they think of New York City culture. They think dancing on the streets, rap battles, just people busking everywhere. It's the heart of New York City, and it's where people thrive the most.
Doesn't just happen at the balls. It lives in the streets too.
No touching! Oh, so it's like breakdancing.
Yes, but it's more than that. It's a statement. I want to have a name in this world. I want to be on top.
You know what? No, you know what? You bitches can't have one night without your temperament getting the better of you. Back it up. Be kind to one another.
As you may have been able to assume, there's great intersectionality within this entire culture. I keep mentioning that it's comprised of Black and Latino queer people because you can't have one or the other. They have formed this community together because there has been no other place for them to exist. They can't be just black because they're queer as well, so they don't fit in with them. There's means beyond just labels that define this community, and they've expressed that through the balls, through these extravagant drag performances where they can put on high fashion outfits and beat their face with makeup and then perform like their life depends on it. They do that because there's nowhere else they can. We see later on throughout the episode, as Blanca moves on and she eventually leaves the House of Abundance to form her own house as her own mother, she takes Angel with her. Angel is another queen, just like the rest of them. But before she joins Blanca, she ends up working at the pier as a solicitor. This is where we get introduced to Stan. As boring as it sounds, it's a necessary character that Stan is the white man in the mess of it all. He's a drop of the real world surrounding them. Bland, corporate, housewife, kids. He's everything that the American dream says that you need to be. And then he meets Angel at the pier, and he asks her the first question that anyone has of, what do you want in life? And she answers with the American dream. She wants a house, she wants a family, she wants someone to take care of. And that's exactly what Stan has, yet he's still not content. And that's where we find ourselves. She's craving something that she's never been able to experience, nor anyone around her. And he's craving to get away from that exact thing. If you remember, in the 50s, there was the rise of suburbia, the rise of white people wanting to claim a space of their own in terms of purity, and excluding black people and people of color from that inclusion. They formed suburban neighborhoods just for themselves, their own little bubble that they could live without having to exist around people other than them. And Blanca is saying that that's all she wants. And because that's the American ideal that's been set forth, is you must strive to have a family and a house and live in a community. Where, if we remember, she's already doing that. She lives in the house of Evangelista with Blanca. She has a community surrounding her, and she has people that care about her. But it's not to the same standards, or I guess the same ideals. Pose does a great job at exploring the systems of oppression that still exist in our society. The people that are in ballroom culture face a daily struggle with survival amidst the AIDS crisis in the inner city New York. This show explores themes of intersectionality while also highlighting the ways that oppressive housing discrimination in the early 1900s still left tangible scars in the world today. And while not in this first episode, it also does an excellent job in showcasing the medical racism while telling the stories of black trans people within the community. In terms of demonstrating racial inequality, and in the words of John Green, I would give Pose 5 out of 5 stars.